I'm Pooja Prema, the founder of Rites of Passage, and I'm so grateful for these 9 women that joined on this journey as the Resilience Collective within Rites of Passage.
I am Kifu Faruq, and I am the curator of the Legacy Room.
My name is Desiree Elizabeth Bwanga Mwalimu-Banks. I am curating and performing in the room known as Dissolution.
I'm Ngozi Drayton, and I am curating apothecary and healing spaces.
I'm Sokhna Mabin, and I'm the curator of the womb space, the living womb of the house.
I'm Sarah. I'm a performer, dancer, and mover at the Rites of Passage project.
My name is Amber Chand, and I am an artist in one of the rooms for the Rites of Passage house.
My name is Azaria Carolyn Rayburn Ulmer. I'm a performer in the Forgiveness Room.
My name is Natalia Perlaza, and I'm the creatrix of Corazon Soundwave Meditation.
Because it is time to bring into the light the legacies that my people, Black people, Indigenous people, Celtic people, utilize as respite and nourishment and resistance. And these modalities, herbs, medicine wheel, truth telling, laughter, warfare are needed in this particular moment, because these modalities allow us to take power, to have power, right, over our material conditions.
We are going through such a rite of passage, and that this time we are alive in, we are witnessing at almost a mythic level the collapse of an entire mindset. We're watching the unraveling with our own very eyes. We're witnessing something profound, and there's a tremendous amount of pain when we experience the unraveling of that which has been familiar. And yet, in the midst of the unraveling, the collapsing is the birthing. And we all recognize that instinctively, that even as the dark gets darker, there is this sense that there is something being birthed. And each of us has the opportunity, the unique opportunity, to birth a new story, to dream a new dream, and to bring our voices out in a way that we perhaps have never done. So there is an incredible invitation that we're experiencing and sensing right now. And I think the Resilience Collective, just calling itself Resilience and Collective, seem to embrace this sense of the resilient spirit. What does that mean?
We're not resilient because it's developed. We're resilient because it's a part of our nature. I believe that it's a skill, it's a talent, it's as natural as breathing. To be the root of something, you have to survive. You have to honor everything that comes up from it.
A lot of what I think about in regards to Rites of Passage and the Resilience Collective is, what is resilience? You just spoke to so beautifully, and why does resilience matter? And something I think about a lot that you mentioned is how we are the earth. We are all part of this earth, but through the process of, call it civilization, call it patriarchy, call it white supremacy culture, call it capitalism, we've been estranged from our sense of belonging here, to this place, to a people, to the land, to the soil, to the water. We think that we are not the same as a plant, or we are not the same as a tree or an animal that belongs to the land. And until we know, we remember ourselves as belonging to this place, we're not going to be able to transform.
Being the leading edge generation, we're pointing back to an ancient set of practices that are just embodying and expressing the vibratory and the rhythmic life of what I call cosmic humanity. We're all divine. We're all beating to the pulse of change and to the pulse of truth, which doesn't change.
And that we get to come out in the world and show and say, hey, it is safe for Black women, for Indian women, for mixed women, women of all colors, women who don't even call themselves women, like whatever shape and form, whatever that look like, right? That we all get to be here fully express. You know what I mean? Like it's totally okay to do that. To be unapologetic with our sauciness, our sensitive parts, our vulnerability, all of it. Because there's so many have died for this. So many. Like we stand on these shoulders, these giants. And I feel like at this point in time, humanity is now ready to hear our voices, to make space for our medicine to come out. Because nothing can transform without us. And I don't just say us, this group. We're talking about the energy and force that we are bringing.
And so we lock arms together and we say that we will live and we will survive and we will thrive. Ashe.
I'm here in the Resilience Collective and in Rites of Passage because of my ancestors. My ancestors brought me here. I'm here to remember their lineages and their connections to the sacred feminine. I'm here to embody my path as a devotee of the sacred feminine more fully, more consciously, and to facilitate a space for others to make those connections as well. I'm here to reclaim my responsibility as a custodian of the earth, of the land, and to raise awareness around our connection to the water as a daughter of water people. I'm here to evolve. I'm here to take up space. I'm here to be unapologetic. I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to make you uncomfortable. And maybe not, and maybe bring some healing. I'm here to find my joy and my pleasure and to live that.
I'm doing this project because I'm a birth worker, I'm a mother. My work comes from remembering and honoring and learning that African women are the mother of everyone, the mother of humanity. I'm holding the universal space of the Black woman, the Black uterus, the Black womb space that births everything.
The reason is that with this collective, and here's where the resilience piece is a lot of the resilience piece for me is it's like looking into all of these different mirrors. So it's like having a number of reflections of the divine feminine that looks so many different ways in so many different bodies with different stories and with different ancestries and having that reflected back. So I'm here to be a reflection and I'm here to see my reflection and to take that collective power of that and the magic and the medicine of that and reflect that back out into the world, because what's happening in this space that we're holding, you know, with and for each other is very, very important and magical and witchy, and it's a vortex and it's a portal and it's a, what's the thing, a prism, you know, where it casts this whole spectrum, you know, of experience and magic and wisdom and beauty. And so that's why I'm here.
I know my ancestors are also calling me into this space. For me, it's returning home and returning to the mother, returning to a space where it's like being an oasis, an oasis where we can deeply rest into all of who we are. And for me, the Resilience Collective has been like a compass and how I want to show up in the world right now for myself and for others, and to see beauty in vulnerability, and to get out of the idea that darkness and vulnerability and what we try to hide is not beautiful.
I am in awe of each of the women on this call. I learned so much about ancestral lines that I never knew. So to me, this is rich and breathtaking and deeply sacred, deeply sacred.
I'm grateful for the resilience, and I'm looking forward to what rites of passages will birth. It's been a process of growth, expansion, and I want to read a quote here. So the emergent strategy. Building community is to the collective as spiritual practice is to the individual.
This is all of our ancestors said, yeah, go hang out with those ladies for a while, go hang out with those human beings and create some magic, and take a whole house, inhabit an entire house, every room, fill it up with the magic and the prayers and the remembrance and the joy and the tears and all of it. Claim it as yours. Take a whole 13 months and claim it as yours for your healing for each other. That's what we're doing. Thank you all.